I'm State Senator Pramila Jayapal, and I'm proud to represent the 37th Legislative District, which includes South Seattle, Skyway, and downtown Renton. And we're very excited about this legislative session. I think I've been working on a number of important bills over the interim, and very excited that I have bipartisan support on many of these important topics. I'm very excited about this automatic voter registration bill because what it's fundamentally doing is expanding democracy and making it more convenient for people to vote and to exercise that fundamental right and responsibility that they have. So what we've done is we've crafted the bill specifically to our state's requirements. So if you are enrolling for a program that is already checking citizenship, and those are everything from expanded and commercial driver's licenses to programs within the Healthcare Authority to programs within DSHS, then you will have the opportunity to be automatically registered to vote. You will get an opportunity to opt out if you don't want to. And this is, I think, one of those bills where both Democrats and Republicans have come together, and I'm really proud to have worked for months to craft the bill and also to get to work with Secretary of State Wyman, and very pleased today that Secretary of State Monroe also came and testified in favor. So two Republican Secretaries of State really pushing forward a bill with me that will expand access to democracy. The Washington Promise is a bill that I've introduced with my colleague Senator David Fraucht. And what it does is it provides tuition assistance so that everybody across the state can access community college. So they'll be able to first make sure that they get all of their grants and anything they're eligible for. But once they've done that, if there's still a portion that's not paid for, the state will cover that. And if you're not eligible for those grants, yes, you will also get access. So this is really a new middle-class compact. It's the opportunity for people to get higher education. And we know in this state that there's over 50,000 job vacancies that we're going to have in the state in a couple of years. And we know that we are 39th in participation rates for higher education. That's not okay for Washington. This promise is really the promise that if you're ready to work hard and you want to get one of those higher education degrees, an associate's degree, a 2-year degree, or you want to go to a 2-year college and then eventually transfer to a 4-year, that your 2 years of community college, wherever you are across the state, whatever your income is going to be paid for, and you will be able to access that. And we as a state will be able to build the workforce that we need and the skilled education that we know we need in the state. My bill essentially removes the statute of limitations for rape and sexual assault violations in the first degree. So, for example, if you're the victim of one of these crimes, you do not have a time limit by which you have to report what happened to you. We know that this is incredibly important because it's an awful, terrifying, bruising, often, unfortunately, shaming experience for victims. It shouldn't be, but it is. And so we wanted to make sure that victims of sexual assault and rape feel free to come forward and talk about what has happened to them so that we can catch these people who are doing this. And so the bill takes away the statute of limitations for that set of crimes, and then it also extends it substantially for other pieces of our charges within the system. So, for example, if you have something happen to you, you'll have as a child, you will have 20 years after you become 18 in order to report what happened to you in situations of child sexual abuse. This is obviously a big issue right now across the country with Bill Cosby's current trial that's going on. But even before these high-profile trials, we know that we need to give victims of rape and sexual assault the ability to tell us what happened and to be able to catch the perpetrators. The whole package of bills has been a really wonderful experience working with a group of bipartisan women to recognize all of the issues around untested rape kits and all of these ancillary things. For example, how do we get the nursing that we need to be able to administer the rape kits. It's a very invasive procedure. And what we found is that the 6,000 untested rape kits in our state and tens of thousands across the country are a huge issue because people believe that these kits are going to be tested, and in fact they're sitting on a shelf somewhere. That's just not acceptable. So here in Washington, we're going to be one of the first states to fix this problem. We're going to, our bills also allow for expanded training for the people who are administering these rape kits, and then obviously taking away the statute of limitations on these first-degree rape and sexual assault violations. I think this bill is important across the state. What it does is it says we're going to expand eligibility so that you don't just have to be a U.S. citizen, which is what our current requirements say, in order to be a first responder. So that's law enforcement, troopers, firefighters. But we will expand that so that if you're a legal permanent resident, if you're here with lawful legal permanent resident status, then you also are eligible for these positions. The thing I think is interesting about this is we allow our military to be legal permanent residents and citizens. So if you can fight a war overseas, you can die for the United States, I think we should let people fight fires here in the state. It's important because we have heard that there are tremendous trooper shortages and firefighter shortages. Troopers, for example, we've got 100 open positions and 9 a month that are coming open. And so we desperately need a bigger pool. But also we know that trust builds between communities and first responders when you have a workforce that really represents the diversity of the community. So we believe that removing this or expanding this requirement so that legal permanent residents can serve in these important positions also means that we'll get a more diverse workforce, and that's good for everyone across the state. Thanks so much for watching. Please feel free to contact me anytime you have a question or you want to send me a comment, and you can email me, you can tweet me, or you can call my office. Just know that I'm here for you and to represent you.